Welcome to day one of the Classic Roundup. What a fantastic day it's been here with Warwick Lawrence to go through today's proceedings. So Warwick, you've had some runs today. The cattle, the competition, the venue. How has it been to other years?
Yeah, Brett, like again, as you just said, it's an amazing event. It's just put what I call the horse sale and horse industry into a huge thing. Everyone wants to be part of this. I had a run today there in the open on a mare that we actually, Fiona and I, bought out of here, and we were lucky enough to get a good cow, and we've got a run on the board, and we just have to wait and see what happens to tomorrow when the second round's on, and but it's just a great venue and a great concept that everyone wants to be part of.
You touched on something there. Horse yourself and Fiona bought out of the Classic a few years ago, and that horse goes by the name of Peel Vale Jade.
Yes.
We've just gone through the top 10 on the leaderboard with Camp Draft Central, and it's amazing how many horses have been purchased through the concept since it started, to not only going through nutrient aged events, but then they've gone through, they could be in the Masters.
Yes.
Now they're in open competition. And that being the open camp draft there this morning. So on 90 points, we've got Hells Are Coming.
Yep.
A mare that was purchased in 2018. Terry Snow with the organisation you're with, $45,000 mare, came back in 2019, won the Masters.
Yep, that's right. Yes.
And here she is today with 90 points on the board.
Yeah. And again, it's the quality of horses that are coming through the sale, and that's a great example. That mare, she's won the Masters. She's gone on and won 3 open drafts, won Novice Horse of the Year, ABC Novice Horse of the Year. We're excited about her because to me she's getting the runs on the board. She's going to be a real good thing come breeding time. Like to breed out of it. And that's what Willinga Park's looking for. And I think throughout the sale there is the people who want to be involved in the sale and in the draft, but then there is people who are coming here to try and buy the genetics to go on.
Absolutely. So we've just seen 2 outstanding runs of Zane Haberman on his 2 mares out of the 1 mare.
Yep.
The mother has obviously produced some freaks in the camp draft game. What were the outstanding parts of the runs that really took your eye?
Yeah, to me, I never seen them in full life. I've they've just replayed them, and to me you can see the mares just want to get up there and they want to get one cut out, and the first mare that's Beast took him on and he got back down the camp a little, but wherever Zane wanted them horses, they were there. And then when they ran outside, they were both fast. The second one was probably faster than the first one, but there was times around the second peg and going to the gate, he picked them mares up and they just checked for him, and there was no shake of the head or throw the head up, and to me that's horse work.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to train.
How important was that block on the left-hand side on the first run to set his run up to go forward to end up having 2 in equal lead from there?
Yeah, well, exactly. For the mare to have the heart to get back there to start with, but then you're going back, and then to be able to check, and get stopped and turn around, and then be with the cow coming out, because none of them, both of them, they weren't slow. So that horse never got left behind coming out of the yard.
No.
And then both mares coming around the first peg, and then to get the check, and then just the speed to get out around that cow for the second peg, unbelievable.
Well deserved to be on top.
My oath.
Okay, Warwick, so now we've got Ken Bolton with his 91 point run. Talk us through the pieces of work and horse work and stockmanship that you thought gained him the most points.
Yeah, interesting. You watch that and typical of how Kenny Bolton works. He's just a master of understanding his cow as soon as he cuts it out. Like he brought up the front of the yard there, and you could see it was, it just didn't want to play the game that good. It was, a little doughy, but he got the job done, and then the horse has, done some great work outside. But again, he had to be on his game to get this thing round, and that's what it comes down to.
How important coming off the first peg where that horse just cuddled that bullock,
exactly.
but didn't offend him or turn him.
He never knocked him hard enough for him to jack up. He just had him there, and then he could just hold his horse and do what he wanted to do.
Another exciting combination to look forward to the second round.
Yes, and into the final, I would say, if you were a betting man.
Yes. So here we have Troy Palmer on Hells Are Coming.
Yep.
One thing, once again we see how important these A-grade competitors and horses are of starting that run. How important was that yard when that beast went to take Troy on right in the middle and going on to his run?
Yeah. And when you watch that mare is so quick in the yard. Like she's electric in the yard, and she's been like that. That's what she was when they bought her, and she's just so quick in the yard, and that makes it then so much easier then to set it up to go outside, and then again once them front gates go open and that cow runs out in that right spot. There is probably no better course rider than Troy, and he showed that again there today. That mare, she was good. She was good outside, and I did say this to Troy only a week ago. I reckon it's taken him this time to really gel with that mare, and he agrees. Like he said, like it's the whole thing's starting to happen now.
The second peg, a little bit of work.
Yep, good bit of work.
Yeah.
It wasn't as fast as Zane's, but the horse work and everything else was good.
This competition, people are trying to tighten the pegs up, get an extra turn in the yard. They're doing what they can because they know 383s won't win you the Nutrien Open Draft.
No, and that's exactly right. The way camp drafting got today, if you can't get up there and get your 22, 23 yard and your 63 or 4 outside, you may as well tie him back up with the truck.
Another combination to put a circle around.
Yep, most certainly.
Today's also been round one of the dry work for the Pride's Easy Feed and Navajo Trailers Challenge in the indoor here at ALEC. And it's one thing we've had a little bit to do with Warwick.
Yes, we have.
One year, Warwick and myself judged the challenge here that was taken out by John Templeton.
Yep.
Today we've seen a new leader in the dry work with Josh Smith, Geom Hard. He's 4-year-old bay stallion.
And again, another positive on that. He was bought. They've been bought out of here, but he's gone on and he's won Cloncurry. So like he's something to be looking at.
An outstanding. He won Cloncurry as a 3-year-old. He won the Nutrien Challenge at Toowoomba last year as a 3-year-old. He also got a run in the Classic coming up.
Yeah, and again, the interesting part about him is the mare line.
Joel and Julie Duff's great mare, G.I. Jane.
G.I. Jane. Yep.
She's bred on.
She has, so, yeah.
Quite exciting for Joel and Julie with that. And,
Yeah.
Not only that, today we also seen Jason Leach from Queensland come into the second spot riding a horse called a Little Rattler, and Mark Barton caught up with Jason earlier.
Well, hi again everyone. We're at day one here at the Classic. We've had a fantastic start with camp draft underway as we speak, and we've had the first round of the dry work of the Classic Challenge sponsored by our great friends at Pride's. We've got a Pride's Easy Feed rider here this time. We've got Jason Leach, who's known in any number of equine disciplines, but with a superstar here in Little Rattler that's had your first time at a draft, at a challenge, mate, in how many years?
Yeah, I reckon it'd be nearly 8 or 10 years since I've done a challenge. Maybe Paradise Lagoons and Cloncurry years ago, and then I focused on the cutting, and yeah.
And obviously a horse that has a real a big program here at the Classic this week. You're this afternoon, I think, close to 10 years since you've been in a camp draft as well, and you're going to give this mare a first start.
Yeah, this mare hasn't had a start. I must have felt this coming because I had a start at our local draft at Moseley Hills up at Springshaw the other day, and that was the first one in I think about 6 years. So yeah, had a good time, and I'm lucky enough to have had this mare the whole way through training her for the Inglis family, all the way through the Futurity of the Derby. She's her first year of classics now in the cutting world, but to make room for others, Inglis has gave someone a good opportunity to own a very nice mare, and hence we swapped saddles real quick to see if we'd go on the challenge and win some of that wonderful prize money you got up here.